I don't usually sell albums or look for albums to sell, but this one came with some stereo equipment a long time ago, and I was just going through some stuff and came across it. It's still new, sealed. The Anheuser-Busch Choral Group. Nothing better than an ice cold Anheuser and Christmas carols. In any case, this just sold for $9.20. This is a Ward's Airline combo, separate mini turntable, record changer, and amplifier receiver with an 8-track player. I went in and serviced it all and got it working just great. Put it up for sale locally, but didn't get much action. And so I put it up on eBay. This was a couple months ago. And it finally sold for the full price of $230. It also included these speakers. And yeah, I'm not really looking forward to packing this, but I've done these quite a few times. And that was a pretty good price for this little mini stereo system. Odd speakers, but they came with it. They're also branded Ward's Airline. Again, $230 for this stereo system. I've had this vintage table tennis set up for quite a while. I think it's been up for sale for 3 or 4 years now. Finally got a $10 offer last night for it. It includes these 3 paddles, the net, original ball with a dent in it. I guess these are to hold the net. And I was happy to take the $10 offer, but he wrote a message that I wish all buyers would be like him. He said that he wasn't in a rush to get it. He's not picky about condition. He knows what he's getting, and I think he's going to use it for some sort of display. It's going to Brooklyn, New York. $10. It's a big metal Rolodex made by the Zephyr Corporation, and it's in pretty good shape. It does have the index cards, but not the large Rolodex file cards for it. And this sold for $30. This is the part of the tuning system of a Marantz tuner, or stereo receiver, that I dismantled quite a while ago. This has been up for sale for a number of years, but finally sold. Somebody finally needed this. This is an internal part, just the pulley and well, basically just the whole assembly here. And this sold for $20. This hat, it's a Puma brand hat, still new with the tags, and it's got the Ferrari emblem and script, Scuderia Ferrari. Can't believe this took probably 2 years or more to sell. $20 though. This Wells Blue Bunny hat up for sale. That's an ice cream company in a nearby city in Iowa, Lamar's, Iowa. And it's just a golf hat, but real clean. And I had it priced at $20, and today I got a message asking if I could overnight it. And so I revised my listing to include Priority Express one day. Wrote them back without much hope that it would actually happen, because I've had that people ask that question before, and they just don't realize how expensive it is to ship overnight. But he went and bought it. He's going to be charged $35. Actually, $39.50 is what the cost is to ship this Blue Bunny hat overnight. $20. This is a fairly rare scale model of the Apollo 11 lunar module, Eagle. It's a Japanese make. It's a toy, and there's a little motor inside, a friction motor. So when you pull on one string, it goes up, and the other string, it lands. Came with the original box, and I bid on this on an online auction, and I kind of bid high to get it. I think I bid about $15, but at the time I had no reason, or I had no idea of its rarity or value, but I thought it was cool, and turns out it's quite rare and quite valuable. I did have it priced a little high at 290 bucks, but a gentleman from Italy wants to add it to his collection, and he offered 200 for it, so I let it go for that. This is the dust cover off a Marantz 6300 turntable. That's their top of the line turntable. And I've got the complete unit working, although there's just a couple of defects. And I did something that I normally don't do. I like to sell them as working whole units rather than part them out if they are working. And I kind of did a tally of what I could find on the internet for sold prices on parts. Turns out that I can probably get about $300 more just by parting it out, and also a steady income of money off these parts as they sell. This dust cover sold for 90 bucks, and it was kind of a hard decision to make, but now that I've torn most of it apart, I'm kind of glad for it, because I don't have to send that top of the line Marantz turntable through the mail. Again, this sold for 90 bucks. This is the counterweight for the tone arm of that Marantz 6300. This sold to a gentleman that said he needs one more piece to complete his restoration, and I haven't even listed that piece yet. It's the nameplate on the front, so he'll be buying that, I'm sure. He paid $90 for this counterweight. This is just the empty box for a vintage Plymouth model kit made by Premier's, and this sold for 20 bucks. Over the summer, I had bought some stereo equipment from a guy, and he said, "Hey, can you do anything with this?" And it was an old Grundig radio chassis, and so I parted that chassis out, and the dial glass just sold for $40. Interesting about this particular one is that it's a German home market Grundig radio, because everything's in German. Another way to tell is that the FM only goes up to 100. But again, this dial glass went for $40. Front plate of that Marantz turntable, I learned a great word. I guess I knew the word, but was reminded of the word escutcheon. I use that in my title, although I doubt anybody's using that as a search word. But brushed aluminum, and this is just the front part of the, there's a control panel as well that goes on top. But this sold for, $80. These are some more Hot Wheels tracks. This is called the Fat Track. There's some curved pieces and some straight pieces, some damaged pieces, but still was able to manage. Let's see, we got $40 for these Hot Wheels Sizzlers Fat Track pieces. This is the leg or foot off the Marantz turntable that I parted out, and I looked these up and saw that the highest price I found was a set of 4 that sold for about $250. As a person that restores record players, oftentimes I don't want the whole set of 4. I just need 1 or maybe 2. So I'm selling these separately, and I priced them at 75 bucks a piece. They do, they're adjustable leveling legs, so they're very integral to the turntable. And sure enough, got a lot of watchers on them in the first few days, and one has finally sold, 75 bucks. This is a vintage Emerson portable TV. It's got a moth preserved between the screen and the safety glass there. I picked this up for free, and I also had to pick up a big console, big Admiral console with a record player, stereo, and TV. And I parted that out right away. This I tested out. I powered it up real slow with a Variac machine, and the picture tube is not emitting any pictures, but it's also got an AM radio in it as well, and that actually worked, so it is partially working. Nice metal case, and I was able to get $90 for this. This is a military parka with an attached hood, and let's see, this is from 1982. The DLA number tells you there. And this sold actually, I think on Friday, maybe it was Thursday, but it was on a best offer. I had it priced kind of high, and then took a $100 offer for it. And the guy was from China, but he didn't pay, and it was like 3 days later, he asked if there's a cheaper way to ship it, and I said I just shipped through the global shipping program. And then he paid for it like the day after, and I believe this might be a reshipping company. He may have gone and looked for one himself for a cheaper way to have it shipped. And again, this military parka, I bought it at a garage sale for about $10 over the summer, and it sold for $100. Finally got around to listing all these pieces of track, Hot Wheels track. These are original from the 60s, 70s. They call these the Red Line series because of, they're the first ones. I'm not sure exactly why, but research told me that. And for all those track pieces, I decided to, instead of selling them all at once, I would bundle them in groups of 12 and price them at 20 bucks a piece. And somebody bought 2 bundles, 40 bucks. This is a pair of emblems for the center caps of a Pinto, 70s Ford Pinto. Just found these in a junk box. They're a little rough. Some of the paint is kind of flaked off of that one. But I was still able to get $16 for the pair. Another Pyrex carafe, or it's actually a percolator, but missing the lid and the inside stem or pump and baskets. I figure somebody might have broken their carafe part, and this sold for $19. I recently uncovered a box of Betamax tapes. A lot of used tapes, a lot of new tapes, sealed. They're not worth a lot of money. This happens to be a sort of an off-brand KMC cleaning tape. It's a wet cleaner. You have to put some fluid in there. It didn't come with a case or any fluid, so I kind of priced it. Normally, like 8-tracks, I will charge about 20 bucks for a cleaning tape. But this one I just put up for $17. It only took a couple weeks to sell. This is a lighted advertising clock for Sony, vintage. I bought it at an auction, online auction, so I wasn't able to see it. It does have a little chip in it. I paid too much. I think I paid around $25 or $30. And I had to fix the light in it. It had a fluorescent light, and the ballast was bad and the bulb was bad, so I replaced that with a regular medium base socket and put a tube piano style incandescent bulb in there, and it works just great. As a matter of fact, I even added a switch to it. Didn't have a switch to begin with, so when you plugged it in, the clock ran and the light stayed on all the time. Now it can you can turn the light off and still have the clock working. I put it up for $130, and after a few months, somebody wrote me a message, an unsolicited offer of $100. He's in Canada, and I accepted that, and he bought and paid for it right away. 100 bucks. Book on the beads and beadwork of American Indians. I don't know much about this, just sort of a find in all the stuff I've bought over the years. Finally got listed, I think last fall or last spring. And original price $14.95. It's gone up in value. I sold it for $25. This is the rubber platter mat off that Marantz 6300 turntable. I priced this at, what did I price it at? $45. I did have one gentleman who said he's a serious buyer, but he's only going to offer $25. And then he wrote me back after I ignored that. And because I don't have best offer on things of this nature unless they're up for quite a while. And this was just put up last week. He then wrote again and offered $30, saying that there's others out there for $30. And I wrote him back and I just said I'm not accepting offers at this time. And he wrote me back and he says, well, I bought that one for $30. And then the next day, somebody else bought this for full price, $45. It does have the center emblem in there. Another built model with the original box. Not a real nice paint job on this one, but was still able to get $60 for it.